Greetings, everybody. This is Mr. Clay here. How y'all doing? Hope everybody is fine. This video is dedicated to the young men that I was talking to just the other day. We was having discussion about, men paying and coming out their pockets and, sucker stroking and things of that nature. So I decided to come up with a nice little video compilation to show these young men that pretty much all men pay. So I want to give a shout out to Coach Greg Adams, and I'm going to let him cook, and I'm going to allow him, Coach Greg Adams, to do his thing. He can do it far better than I can. He can explain it far better than I can. So I got a couple clips of him. I'm just going to let him just do his thing. Here we go. Oh, shucks. Switch. Let's get this right here. All right, here we go. Coach Greg Adams.
And not use my emotions. So here's the woman in question here. She's not that good looking on the eye. We do have sloppy yogurt reporting here. We got the monkey lip and everything. I mean, you know what I mean? This woman's not using Botox or anything. This is a natural woman. You make me feel like a natural woman. This is a woman in her natural right there. All natural. She ain't got her eyebrows done or nothing. No eyelashes to be seen. Not an eyelash on her. But anyway, we're going to use her YouTube video. And it's normally a woman at this age that wakes up. Unfortunately, it's too late. Right? It's too late. All right, here we go right here. Let's hear what her conversation is. And she's going to say, title of her video, fair use. Her name is Shahrazad Morgan. Please do not harass her page. Red Pill Ragers, do not go over there and say Coach Gang. Just chill. Haters, same as you. All right, here we go. Why many men don't want a relationship. And it says women require emotional labor and time investment. Wow. That sounds like money, energy, attention, and time.
And that's you.
Ladies, listen up.
Let's talk about why so many men don't want to get into relationships and women love relationships, right? I would say that men with options don't always want a relationship or they're very picky. But women love relationships, and I think we have to think of it from the man's point of view.
Very rarely will women do this. By the way, women love relationships for what they receive from relationships, not what they give. So if you're new here and you join me late,
from what they receive.
Men give, women receive. This is all the way down to the sexual act. I give, you receive. I pound, you submit. I hammer, you nail. So when women say, she says women love relationships, it's mostly because I get, I receive. There's something that I'm getting. I'm getting something. I'm going to get gifts and dinners and trips and vacation. And if you're not doing that, what's wrong with you? How come you're not doing this? I get attention. I get validated. Now she's going to go to, what do men get? She's going to go through this. She says, I'm going to have to sit down and think about this. What do men actually get? She's thought about this. Let's go ahead and continue with the video.
Because for a man, a relationship requires a lot of emotional effort and time.
I don't pay. And I have to do this for fair use purposes and reuse purposes. I have to pause and offer commentary. If you want to go and see the video without me pausing, please go ahead. All right. You probably didn't even hit the like button. But I have to do this to teach. She just said money, energy, attention, and time. She hasn't even got to the money yet. But the emotional draining of energy, the consumption of energy dealing with her emotions is going to be a form of payment. And men have to consider that. Women are emotional and they want to kind of, and it's very, very, it's a lot of energy to deal with. So much so when men don't have to deal with it, they be like, wow, I have to deal with the bullshit. However, women believe that that's what you signed up for. Let me explain. She believes via the unwritten social contract that if you agree to having a girlfriend, you have to put up with her shit. Hey, you have to listen to me.
This is some real talk here. In my last relationship, my ex started going crazy, and so I'm like, you acting like a goddamn spoiled bride. What the fuck is wrong with you? And instead of admitting it, she says, well, you the one who got me like this. You the one who been spoiling me. Back to coach.
You have to deal with my emotions. You have to hear me out. You have to help me with my emotional development. You have to help make sure you don't break my emotional fragility. You have to you're responsible for my emotions, meaning that if I'm pissed off, I'm not happy. Right? I'm not happy. Why? Because you didn't make me happy.
And it's all Jermaine's fault.
Right?
It's always Jermaine's fault.
So this is an emotional unwritten contract that we'll be boyfriend and girlfriend. Oh, good. That means I can emotionally dump and trauma dump in your lap. Hey, I had a bad day. How was your day? How was mine? You have to listen to what happened to my day. That's called emotional trauma dumping. These women believe that when you get a mate, that you're there for that shit. This is why when I say money, energy, attention, and time, you pay one way or the other, that energy zaps you from doing what you want to do because you got to listen to her bullshit. Oh, shit. Here she come. Oh, she's up today. She down today. She's sideways. This is a payment. It's a form of payment when she holds you hostage to her emotions. Continuing.
He has to invest emotional effort because women are emotional creatures. And for them to feel happy and supported in the relationship, they want a man's emotional presence. Okay.
Emotional presence.
And relationship-oriented men know this. Like, she wants you to care about her feelings. She wants to be listened to. She wants to have a warm-up before she has sex.
So this is all kind of ways that women can manipulate what you want. I know he wants sex, but I'm going to make him warm me up. I know he wants sex, but I'm going to make him listen to me first. And then I'm going to wait till 9:30, 10, fall asleep. Oh, maybe tomorrow. Okay, let's continue. So she might want sex from you, but she needs to manipulate you a little bit more. So she'll hold out on the sex. Continuing.
And she wants you to do things with her and spend time with her. So you have to give up a lot of the stuff that you usually like to do if you're a guy.
Yeah. So, dude, now I teach these points. You have to give up the stuff you want to do. You have to give up your hobbies and your pursuit. Maybe sometimes give up your passion and your purpose. Also, spend time. Did you hear it? So when I say all men pay, she even says it. Spend time. All men pay.
To give up a lot of the stuff that you usually like to time with her. So you have to do things with her and spend time with her. So you have to give up a lot of the stuff that you usually like to do if you're a guy. Things that you were doing have to be directed at her. So you have to want that. You have to want a relationship badly enough to give up this time and to invest these emotions.
Whoa, see, look, dude, when I say all men pay, all of the lingo she's applying is to payment. Invest, spend time, expend energy, emotional availability, and also pay with money. I'm telling you, all men pay. There's no way around it. Even if you're spinning plates, you're also balancing your time between multiple women, which is an energy resource that you're spending. Okay.
You hear that, guys? All men pay. All men pay. Hear this now. Let's go. Let's continue. Keep cooking, coach.
Okay. So it doesn't, you guys can't get around it. Only way you get around it is not admitting it. All right. Let's continue.
But see, for women, it's not a trade-off. We love spending time in relationships. We love giving up our time and giving your emotions. I think what women have to think about for a relationship is that a man's going to want sex. he's going to want sex and he's going to want cooking. But a lot of women slide on these factors.
All right. So now when I say men aren't getting anything from relationships or very few things, even these things that she brought up, women try to slide on them. Well, isn't eight times a month good? Oh, I'm on my period. I'm bloated. Oh, I got a headache. Cook and clean. I'm not doing that. So they try to trade in what they want. Remember, men are givers, women are receivers. We're naturally givers. We naturally want to give to a woman. We want to give her flowers. We want to give her the biggest, shiniest rock, meaning since it's caveman days. We want to give her shelter. We want to impress. There's no way around this. This is our nature. They want to receive. Oh, wow. So thoughtful. Thank you. I'm glad you did. Very rarely do they give back. When they do, it's a tie, a sweater, a shirt, some shit that you don't need. Right? And you'll be like, oh, how come you didn't give me what I needed? Oh, well, you don't need that. Right? They'll tell you, they'll convince you of what you should get back. So this is what's happening. Normies do this, but when I tell you they're doing it, you think I'm wrong until this woman reframes the conversation and proves me right. All right, here we go.
Stop having sex with the guy. Maybe they stop cooking and the guy just puts up with it. So we don't, we don't often hear men complaining about this, but it's an equal thing, right? Like, what do women have to give up to be in a relationship? Usually not anything.
All right, so this woman's saying nothing. What do women have to give up? Well, of course, if they're career oriented and they want to kind of have their pursuits or passions and they want to have him be the emergency salami in the glass, yeah.
So I could focus on my career.
But once they get about 45 and 50, those needs go away. That thing goes away, and then they want a man to give up what he has. All right, let's continue here. Let's continue.
Because, I think that for women, we have to give up a lot to have casual sex. We have to give up our need for wanting to feel connected, feel trusting, feel safe. And I think for women, the sex is better when we feel connected and safe. So if we have to give up a lot to have casual sex, but men have to give up a lot to have a relationship.
Okay, so let me reframe this just so you understand. Let me reframe it. In order for men to get access to sex, they have to put up with a lot of bullshit. In order for the woman to find a man to get connected sex to and not just casual sex, because she's already had it, what she has to do is not what the man has to do. She actually gets an additional benefits, and then she can make herself available for the sex, but still use the sex against him. I'll just do it when I'm comfortable with doing it. Now, that's her prerogative. If she says no, she says no. But she can always say no. She can always turn you down, and it is what it is. So thus, does that stop you from having to give her the rest of the shit? No. You got to keep giving her the rest of the shit. And in fact, sometimes she says, give me more. I want more stuff in order to give you access to the sex. So in essence, what I say is most men get into relationships simply to get access to the sex. And they're most of the time disappointed, where I share with you, married sex is probably not very hot. You have a low chance of having sex when you're married.
I can attest to this, guys. I've got in relationships with women just for the sex and been highly disappointed in the relationship and in the sex.
As you go along in a marriage. All right, so the leveraging of the sex. Let's have her continue.
And this hat tip to a woman whose video I watched yesterday who was talking about this. This was not my own idea, but as I thought about it and as I think about what other men have told me, it's absolutely true. Also, a lot of men feel trapped when they're in a relationship because some women are so emotionally clingy that they don't even let the guy go out with his friends. They want him to spend all her time. They're anxiously attached. So men are afraid they're going to end up with something like that. And
especially older men. Now, of course, younger men, a little bit different, right? Because you're horny. But older men normally have responsibilities, shit to do. And when the woman's like, well, just sit here and cuddle and let's Netflix binge. Most men aren't interested in that unless they are just completely either highly wealthy or not wealthy at all. Most men aren't interested in that. They're like, I'm not about to sit here and just let you have your head in my lap. When I was in high school, that would have been a great proposition. Now I'm 40. I got to go mow the lawn. I got some shit to do. I got to go change my spark plugs. And then just like, all right, I'd rather do that than to sit up under you. And if you've been married for a longer period of time, that definitely seems like a lost proposition. But of course, if you don't do it, she can say, well, you don't hold me. You don't show me affection. So I cheated on you. Or you're not getting sex tonight. Let's continue.
It's almost like there's a book where they talk about, for a man wanting a relationship is like you or me wanting a puppy. Like, puppies are so cute. Of course they like women. But to be in a relationship, like, do I want to own a puppy? You know, I need to take the puppy for walks. I need to feed it. I need to train it. Like, it's a huge emotional investment. There's a big difference between enjoying a puppy to look at or having a puppy at the park for an hour, also known as a hookup, and having a puppy that I'm responsible for. And a relationship is a responsibility.
You have to give it to her. You know, we don't want to be too hard on her. She's speaking facts. You got to give it to her, man. She's telling you how it is. And not many women will look at it from this position because they are their main character in their own movie. And also entitlement. I'm entitled to a man to do this. Ain't a man supposed to pay? This is entitlement. I just throwing up that there. What about what you're supposed to do? They don't want to have that conversation. So let's continue.
A relationship with a woman is a bigger responsibility than a woman's relationship with a man, because I think men are very easygoing. They don't require that much. You know, they want you to be nice and happy and fun. They're willing to deal with our emotions. They're willing to warm us up sexually. They're willing to provide for us. They're willing to do so many things for us. But what are we doing for them?
Interesting question. Now, this is kind of like, what do you bring to the table? But this woman's asking the question, okay, but what do we do for them? You don't do much. We just want access to the peace leave. Not only that, you know this. What do you do back? Well, let's go back to the beginning. Men are givers, women are receivers. When a woman says, I love, she's thinking from the receiving part, not from the giver. When men say, I want to find someone to fall in love with, he's thinking about two things: how much he's going to give for that and how much access to sex he's going to get. That's what he's thinking about. Those are the primary things. Now, what's coming after that? What would you, guys, gentlemen, after you get access to the woman, the whole, you get to roll around in between her legs. Then what else are you getting? What else are you getting? Let's keep the kids out of it for a second. Well, she gets to have my kids. That's a debt. That's a debt. And she probably wanted to have the kids more than you did. But let's talk about that. That's often an even exchange. What else? Now, what else did you do in exchange for that access? You probably did a whole bunch. If you were in a relationship, you did a whole bunch from the time you woke up to the time you laid between her legs. You did this, and that. I see you guys walking around at the grocery store, listening to her. Oh my gosh. Oh, the peanut butter and jelly. Oh, the peanut butter and jelly that comes in a jar together. That's better than the Welch's grape and the separate piece of peanut butter. Why don't we get this? Honey, wouldn't it be a fantastic idea if we went on a vacation? Why don't I start looking that up? Ladies, when you tell a man, wouldn't it be great to go on a vacation? He's not thinking about having fun on the vacation. He's thinking about how much money this is going to cost. Can I take off any work days? How much am I going to be responsible to pay? I got to dip into my savings. He's not thinking about, yeah, that'll be great. You know what she's thinking? About having fun on vacation, not about how much this is going to cost. So he's doing all of this so he can roll around in her wet little hole. That's all that's happening. Because if he does not, he doesn't get to get his whistle wet. So he got to keep playing the game. What else does she do? And this woman saying pretty much nothing. There's nothing else coming back. All right, here we go right here. People are waking up.
You know, that's what we got to think about. What do we think about? What are we doing for them? And hopefully we're providing a home, a nurturing space, warmth and kindness, sensuality, sex, cooking.
You hope.
Family life, raising children, or moms.
No. Women aren't doing that today. They're not doing that.
Nope.
Look, let's go back and look back at all the things she said she's hoping women give back to their man. All right. Here we go.
Warmth and
There we go, right here.
what are we doing for them? And hopefully we're providing a home,
Nope.
a nurturing space,
Nope.
warmth and kindness, sensuality, sex, cooking, family life, raising children, we're moms, I guess our beauty, our radiance, our playfulness, but that's just us being us. That's not something we have to give up. I don't really know what we give up to be with men. I mean,
the point she's making is the things they give back to you were going to be the things they were giving back regardless. What she's giving back, in essence, her point, you were going to do that anyway. You were going to be radiant. You were going to give somebody some sex. You were going to cook and eat at some particular point. And I'm just here. Oh, okay, you want to eat? You were going to have a family at some point. You were going to get pregnant at some point and raise kids. You were going to do that anyway. Right? And then she's like, so all of the things she names were intangibles. Intangibles. Not tangible things. What did the man give? Mostly tangibles. What did he give? The only tangible thing he got was to get his whistle wet for about 5 strokes. He got to get his nuts empty. And then the other things were conditional. Let's go back. Everything was intangible and conditional. Well, I'm not going to do it if you don't do X, Y, and Z. Let's go back. All conditional things to what you're giving.
Family life, raising children, we're moms. I guess our beauty, our radiance, our playfulness, but that's just us being us. That's not something we have to give up. I don't really know what we give up to be with men. I mean, when I was married, I didn't have to.
Did y'all see her face when she said that? I don't really know what we got to do. What we
give up anything. I had to give up a lot to be a mom because kids are very needy.
So that's where the conversation normally going to take it. Well, I had to mom and I have to be a mom. Didn't you want to be a mom? It wasn't like you were forced to be a mom. It wasn't like he dragged you by your hair and impregnated you. It wasn't like you didn't know that all of the sex you were going to have was going to get you pregnant and force you to be a mom. By the way, there's been a lot of moms in the history of the world. You knew what you signed up for, and it is quite demanding. However, you were going to do it for somebody anyway. That's what you were going to do. So that wasn't for the man. That was for you and your offspring. In fact, if we even bring up all the custody battles and the paternity fraud and the amount of people who try to take men to child support, it ain't even a guarantee that that mother's going to parent with you in mind. There ain't even a guarantee that she's parenting with you in mind. She's parenting opposed to you in mind. But let's continue here. Let her keep cooking.
But my ex-husband wasn't needy. I don't think men are needy in the way that women are needy. And I don't mean needy as like anxiously attached. I mean needy as we need a man to invest emotionally into the relationship. And to a man, that's not, that's something they have to want to do. Whereas for women, we're built for connection. We love connection. It just comes naturally to us. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm going to call this video Why Men Don't Want Relationships.
Let's end it at that. And we do have to be honest with her.
I got one more clip, guys, with Chad Ochocinco. Check this out here. All right, let's get it going, baby. Let's go back just the hairline. Another one from Coach.
Let's go to Ochocinco in the building. Ochocinco is very classic of making very, you could call Ochocinco very frugal. Shout out to Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Apparently he's on a bit. He's done some things that talked about his frugalness. All right. He doesn't buy expensive cars. He doesn't buy real jewelry. He buys his earrings from Claire as such, as do I. And he claims to have had kept a lot of his money by doing so. I think he has a lot of baby mamas, but that's neither here nor there. Chad Ochocinco also has a clip with the flatback where he's like, why would I pay to date you? He's very, very direct. Now, he's going to talk about why would he take a woman out on a date for $300. Let's hear his response.
Girls feel like I got to spend a minimum $300 to be with them. I'm like, $300 what? $300.
American dollars?
Dollars.
Please. On who? On the first date?
Yo, Chad.
For what?
You're considered a high value man. So, ladies, this is
High value?
this. You got money?
I think high value is based on stream of income, revenue, but I am extremely cheap and financially conscious, so I don't consider myself a high value man.
And you have a lot of money.
Yes. Yes, and I'm going to save it, which is why a $300 date ain't never happening. Because what am I paying for actually?
All right, so what am I paying for? All men pay. So when look, all men pay. I see a lot of people trying to ride that shit too. What am I paying for? All men pay. Why would I take a woman out on a $300 date? What am I getting? I'm just lit. But guys, the average date in mega cities are about $200 to $250. All right. Why am I taking a stranger out for a date? This has been something I've been talking about for years. And I've never even, I had a video why I don't date. Actually had it broke down by several people as a reaction video. Why dating is dead. I've been telling you it's dead. And a lot of women have bad expectations and attitudes to go with it. I have a bad attitude and I'm not going to be anything you want. And I'm the prize and pay for my $300 date, right? Get all dressed up. So this whole experiment of dating, which is, I also have a video called Dating Stems from Prostitution, which is a fact. And I broke that down like a fraction. All right. But this is an example. Men are finally waking up. What am I getting? And it's also finding out they can get a whole bunch for $300 out here, other than sitting across from a woman who's fat and got an attitude. All right. So what am I getting?
If I'm at wit's end and I need help and I'm with you and you need a $300 date, can she save me? Can she help me? Is she an asset or is she a liability? Because anybody need a $300 date off rip is nothing but a liability. I mean, it is. Let's call a spade a spade.
I'm with you.
The women that want $300 dates, there are men out there that are going to continue to take them on it. That's why the women can always say, I'm not doing nothing but $300 a date. Because there are men that will spend $300 to reach their end goal. We know what the end goal is.
He said there's men that will spend $300 to get to the end goal, which I said dating is prostitution. Dating is pay for play. Dating is just playing the restaurant and the clothing industry and the cologne and the flower industry. You're just paying the middleman. Those industries are the pimp. All men date to fornicate. You're just going a slow way around it, but you're paying for it. Don't act like you ain't paying for it. You're still paying to play. All men pay. Dating stems from prostitution. Everybody knows it, but people still want to deny it and fight me on it. Listen, I'm not here to debate. I'm not here for you to agree or disagree. I'm here to tell you what it is and then make you think about it. Even he's saying it. You just trying to get the pussy. You just trying to get the peace leave anyway. So you're paying for it. He did clear up the high value man thing. I don't know if that was in the.
Woo! All right, guys. You see what I mean? So the next time you can be talking about what you ain't paying for, trust me, you are paying. And that's just letting Coach cook there. Okay. So you are paying. Keep in mind, you are paying. You are paying. You are paying. Money, energy, attention, time. As Coach says, you are paying. So with that being said, I want to end this particular segment. I want to thank everybody. Like, share, comment. Just let me know if anything you guys want to discuss, and we'll go from there. Peace and blessings, and I'll see you on the next one.